Hello there. Greetings. Phew. There's a huge difference between being cured and being recovered. There's the doctor in Utah told me that this is one of the characteristics of the COOF, is that you end up with this nagging, nagging shallow cough at the end, and what it does is it keeps you awake. So one of the key things to recovery is getting sleep. But there's like a built-in self-destruct device that works its hardest to keep you from getting any sleep. But thankfully I'm totally cured, but still working on recovery. Everybody that I talked to said that it took them a couple weeks to actually get back to a sense of normalcy of the recovery. Something that I didn't expect this at all, but it happened. And then I made the video a few days ago about the fact that I was cured. I was actually cured in under 12 hours. I mean, all the pain and all the misery, it just cut right off after getting the cure from the doctor out in Utah. Dr. Michelle, I won't give out her last name. However, I told everybody that emailed me, but I didn't expect is that I got over 400 emails, and something like 60% of them were about like this. You know, me and my wife, or both of my children, or my best friend have been sick as a dog for weeks, if not more than a couple weeks. You know, a week and a half of it is all I could have taken. And they said, I'm desperate to know, and I don't never give out medical advice or anything. I told people what it was that I took in email, and I gave them the name of the doctor. And a large number of them reached out to her. She told me that an enormous amount of people reached out to her, and she had online video conferences with them, and she set them up. And this is one of the great things about social media. Social media, of course, could be a lot of hateful people, you know, flinging filth and vile at you, and I don't care about that. I'm so used to that. It doesn't even faze me. And one of the good things is when you could actually do something that's really helpful, and what's above even being helpful, and that's when you could save someone's life. I've had 2 people, and who knows how many that haven't reached out to me, and I don't expect to be reached out to, but 2 people told me that I flat out saved their life, thanks to them meeting with a doctor, and them getting the prescription, and them being cured in short order. You know, they're still going to have to go through the recovery like I did. You could see it. I haven't had an appetite in like 2 weeks. People say I look like I've lost weight, I look like I'm pale. And yeah, it's been incredibly painful. But I don't live my life in fear. Never afraid of dying. But I'm extremely appreciative that, you know, it's that natural order feeling that you get. You know, it is good to do good, and it's good to be good, and it's good to reach out and help your fellow human being out there that's in suffering. You know, I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything, but people said, hey, what is it, you know, that cured you? I told them, I'm not going to tell you in this video because I can't talk about it on social media. And said I saved their life. That's just awesome. It's humbling, it's wonderful, and it's a great feeling. That wasn't my intent at all when I made that video a few days ago. I had no idea that I would receive over 400 emails. I spent, you know, even though I was incredibly sleep deprived, I was up late answering the emails. I eventually just started pasting what it was that I took that cured me, and also to the doctor's contact info. Excuse me as I'm choking up a little bit from the residual cough that I have. That's just wonderful. It really is. There's no cred out there anymore. You know, it's like everybody has an agenda, or they're selling something or pimping something. And it is wonderful to help people, and that's a great feeling. And that was to me, always the best things about making any videos at all to you folks. And when you could make a video and reach out to 400 plus people that ask. Like I said, it was an inordinate number of people said, you know, me and my wife are suffering like a dog. We are afraid of going to the hospital. Can you give us this doctor's info? You know, the one that prescribed you the life-saving stuff. Wonderful. Absolutely love it. That's just incredible. You know, it used to be, you know, back in the old days, not that I lived way back then, you know, where the neighbors helped each other. Using the Amish as an example. You know, the Amish people needed to build a barn. Everybody from all around, well, I don't care what you think about the Amish people, like, they helped each other out. They all pitched in, they built the barn, they didn't ask for anything. No payment, no, like, well, I scratch my back, you know, I'll scratch yours. It was this deep intrinsic community where you don't question someone else's motives. You know that they want to help you because, you know, to be good is to represent the good, to follow after natural order. And because so much of the world is just jaded as hell and corrupt and evil, and you know it and I know it. If you don't know it, then you're not very bright, because the world is bad like that. You know it and I know it. So, that warms my heart a lot, and a lot of people have asked me, you know, how bad is 2022 going to be? It's definitely going to be way worse than last year was. I hate to say that, but I haven't been wrong yet, but I hope I am wrong. I want to be wrong. You know how we kind of superficially think whether they be on the left or the right in the Supreme Court? It's like, well, you know, these people have a lot of people think. These people have a brain. Well, you know, they made it to the Supreme Court. You know, I don't like their views. But, you know, let's hope that they're smart. I heard some arguments today where the Supreme Court was discussing the mandate stuff. And I heard a couple judges on the Supreme Court say stuff so radically stupid, so radically insane, so radically wrong, just flat out hardcore, horrific wrong. One of them was Sotomayor, I believe. And yeah, it was Sotomayor, and she said, she made the statement that it was children that are suffering the worst right now, and there's like 100,000 plus kids, children mostly on ventilators. And where do these people get that? I mean, it's just, that's a flat out stinking lie. I mean, just hardcore lies. You just have to do a face palm. It's like, man, these are the people that other people look up to as like being intelligent and worthy individuals. I mean, regardless of what you think about where they stand, whether it be on the left or the right, when they make de facto statements about things that are just hardcore, flat out, empirically and existentially, just flat out lies, it's like, oh my God, people are putting trust in the hands of these people that don't know up from down and left from right. And let's forget about which way they lean one way or the other, which is kind of obvious. They can't even get the facts right. Yeah, it's just a huge facepalm. Um, we are like living in the movie Idiocracy. You know, let's start to pouring Brawndo on our plants because it's what plants crave. We are living in Idiocracy. There are people that I know that don't even have a junior high education. They're way more intelligent than the stuff that I heard literally spoken out of the mouths of two Supreme Court justices today. Just flat out hardcore wrong. I mean, that's a canary in the coal mine sort of issue. It's like you can't even trust these people that other people are supposed to look up to as like bastions of intellect. They're not. They're not at all. If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny. But anyway, I'm in recovery. I shouldn't need more than a week. Thank God I'm cured of it. No appetite. Haven't been eating anything, which is fine, right? I need to starve myself. Definitely been doing a lot of fasting. But, I'm so glad I saved the lives of a couple people. I probably saved more than a couple lives. I'm not boasting about that fact. I say it because I'm proud of that positive attribute of being on social media. That, you know, when you could save a life or two, I mean, what else is better than that? That's just, some of these people have just didn't know. And I know for a fact that it's illegal to prescribe this stuff in Australia and New Zealand and Canada and all sorts of other places. And the only reasoning behind that is pure politics. You know, people are perishing over superficial politics. Nothing is supposed to come between a patient and their doctor, you know, other than facts and following the Hippocratic Oath. And yet there's all this politics that are literally doing people in, and that's just pure evil. It's good to be helpful, especially on a level like that where you could save somebody. It's just like been in hell and suffering for weeks and weeks in some cases. I was not expecting over 400 email requests of the doctor's contact info and what it was that saved me. I never gave anybody medical advice. I just referred them to the doctor. It's between them and the doctor. Nothing to do with me. Anyway, Happy New Year. Still a little short of breath. I wanted to say thanks to anybody and everybody, and there was an enormous amount of people that wished me well wishes for getting better. And it was a lot of misery, but I mean, I'm not afraid of being sick, and I'm not afraid of dying, so I was unconcerned this whole time, honestly. It did reach a misery point that was becoming completely unbearable. I'm over the hump, though. I'm glad I could help a bunch of people on that front. I wasn't expecting that, but it's a welcome bonus. Thank you. I'll be back to normal videos within a few days. It takes a while to recover from so much pain and sleep deprivation. You have to admit it. It's a tough one. Thank you.